Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my So Fine studio. I'm Micki, and this is chair yoga. So I have my fancy chair, which I was telling you about. I'm so excited about my chairs. So I'm going to take a seat in the chair. And then some other props that might be handy could be blocks if you have them, but you don't have to use them. We just have a few things we can do with those. And then you could have a ball, tennis ball, and maybe a strap, and even like a dishcloth could work, just something to help extend your arms a little bit longer. And then it might be nice to have a pillow. And that way you can actually rest it behind you in between the chair and your back, and it will help lengthen your spine while still giving you a little support. So as you come to arrive, you might slide that pillow behind your spine and then scooch back on your chair so that you can feel nice and supported here. Take a close to the eyes or soften the gaze, maybe down towards the ground or into your lap. And just give yourself a moment here to arrive. Imagine for a moment you're able to travel deep within yourself into your heart center. And as you come into that place, allow yourself to just find this picturesque, beautiful scenery of your own creation. Maybe it's a place you've been to or a place you've never been to. And as you arrive there, imagine there's a little Valentine that you received in the mail from yourself. What does the message say, if there is one? And maybe this could help inform you as to whatever intention you might set for your practice today. I have a suggestion for the month of February that we're in now of the second yama. And these are yoga's ethical practice. And this one is called satya, and it means truthfulness. So if you'd like, you can use this as an intention for your practice. I just have a very short reading from the book by Deborah Adele, Yamas and the Niyamas. She says, what is driving you to distort yourself or silence yourself or say yes when you mean to say no? When we habitually silence or distort ourselves, we begin to lose our lust for life and look towards other things to fulfill us. We can forget we are here on this earth to self-express in a way no one else ever has or ever could. What an amazing thing to realize that we are so completely unique from each other. And so sometimes we might compare ourselves to other people, but really we want to bring ourselves into our own bodies, to our own experiences. So as you rest your awareness there at your heart center, imagine just the most serene, calm place. Remind yourself that you can always return here. Take a moment to bring your awareness all the way down into your feet. And then when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open. And then we're going to just spend a little bit of time massaging the feet. So you can start to imagine your feet are on a sandy beach. Just start to grip the sand with your feet. Finding a little bit of movement and awareness of your feet on the ground. Just take yourself to that happy place. And then you can continue this movement, stretching through the feet. Or if you have a tennis ball, and no need, you don't have to use a tennis ball if you don't have one, you could always bring the tennis ball underneath your foot And maybe you can give yourself a little foot massage. This could feel more intense if you wanted to do this standing, and then you could practice balance by holding on to the chair. So this would be another option, is hold on to the chair, bring the foot onto the tennis ball. You can actually get maybe a little bit of a deeper massage here, finding just a little gentle pressure, or gently rolling the foot up and down along the ball. So either place that you're at, I'm going to come back to the chair. Find that little bit of foot massage. And as I said, if you don't have a ball, you can just improvise the ball by maybe rocking the foot up and down just on the floor, lifting the heel, lifting the foot. So start with one foot and imagine at your heart center, there's little bubbles of hearts. Allow them to cascade down into your foot, sending so much gratitude into your foot. And then we'll take a moment to pause on one side. I'm going to move the ball off to the other side now. Ground down through both of your feet and just start to notice the differences from left to right. From here, we'll blink the eyes open and get ready for the other side. So you might take your foot onto a ball. What I love about this as a prop is it's very accessible to find a tennis ball. So if you don't have one, it might be something to look for the next time you're out. And you might find gentle pressure, but remember, you can always just move the foot, finding a little bit of massage here, lifting and lowering the heel and the toes. And we'll take another nice deep breath on this side. If you want to find deeper pressure with the tennis ball, you could always come to stand. Maybe hold onto the chair. Send those bubbles of gratitude from your heart all the way down to your feet. And then we'll take one more nice deep breath on this side, and then you can move that prop out of the way, land both feet on the mat or the ground. I'm actually not using my chair on the mat because if you sit on it too long, it can make permanent indentations in your mat, I learned. So take another nice deep breath here. And then from here, we're going to start marching the legs. So you can lift one leg, exhale to lower, and you might even just start with lifting the heel and then maybe the whole foot. See about using the strength of your core to help you lift one leg at a time, marching the legs. Maybe you want to add the arms. So as you lift the right leg, you could lift the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale to lower. Allow your breath to lengthen. And you might even pause at the top, just holding a little for 1 second, or maybe a few seconds you can hold. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift and reach. Exhale to release. Let's do one more on each side. Now I think I did 2 more on each side. That'll be our last one. You can come back to stillness now. Now, if you want to use the block, you can. You could use 2 blocks here, or we can do this with or without the block. So I want to show you both options. And I might actually move my pillow off to the side since I'm not leaning back. You might scooch a little forward on your chair, and then I'm going to have my blocks out in front. You could even use a book here. So notice as you lift your feet a little bit and you try to lengthen through your spine, you might feel your deep core muscles engaged, gently drawing your belly button towards your spine. Then we'll inhale, lift the leg, step the foot off to the side, and then bring it back. We're going to keep stepping off to the side one at a time, or you could do both at the same time. And that might be requiring holding on to the chair for a little bit of support. So either both together or one at a time. And you might bring your hands down to the sides of your chair. And you can go as slowly as you'd like, following the pace of your own breath, or you might speed it up. Take another nice deep breath here. And then when you're ready, you can come back to center. We'll move those blocks out of the way. And then we're going to you might come right to the edge of your chair. Now my sit bones are right on the edge of the chair to give me a little bit more space to lengthen through the spine. From here, we're going to lift the leg. And if you want to lengthen through your arms, you can either bring your hand around your knee, or maybe you want to lengthen your arms with a strap or a rag, pulling the leg in towards the chest as much as you'd like. So you could even come just a little ways, just gently lifting your foot off of the mat or hugging it in towards the chest. Exhale to release that side. Take a moment to pause. Notice the differences from left to right. And then you can either hug the other knee in towards the chest or bring the strap around the shin. Hug it in. Take another nice deep breath here. On your exhale, you can release that leg. We'll do it 2 more times on each side, either with the strap, and then this is not very much length. So this could also be a like a dish towel would work here. So you're just lifting ever so slightly, hug it in. Exhale, lower it back down. We'll switch sides, hug it in. Exhale to release, lengthening through the spine. So trying to keep the spine long as you hug it in and release. One more time on each side. And then go ahead and release that. From here, you can lengthen your right leg out. Don't lock the knee though. Keep a little soft bend in the knee. And then you might bring your opposite ankle, I don't know which one is right and left anymore, on top of that ankle. Or maybe you can lift the knee over. Or maybe you want to bring the ankle onto the thigh. So this is hopefully a nice stretch for the glutes and the hips. And you might start to inhale, lean forward with your heart. So you're hinging at the hips just to find a stretch through the glute, through the hip. And you might give your foot a little love here. Maybe you can give your foot a little massage. I know my foot is a little cold, so I'm wanting to warm it up. And as you give your foot a little love, maybe you squeeze the ankle. You can send your foot so much gratitude for all it's done to support you. You might even rotate the ankle. And you can do this down here too. If your ankles are crossed, you can still give it some love. Hopefully you're still feeling it in the hip. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and lift your foot back up, set it back on the ground. Take a moment to just come into your comfortable seat. You might pause for a breath, maybe close down the eyes. And just with sweetness, compassion, and curiosity, notice the difference in each side of your hip. And then we'll blink the eyes open. You could cross that one ankle over the other ankle, or move it up to cross over the knee, or maybe you bring your ankle onto your thigh, and you might want to really lengthen through your spine here. Go ahead and give your foot some love, maybe a little massage, or you could rotate the ankle. Or you can come to stillness and maybe you just find that nice soft stretch. Might be actually quite intense through the hip. So you can inhale to lift the heart, lengthen through the spine, and then just hinge forward ever so slightly, moderating whatever sensations you feel. We'll take one more nice deep breath on this side. This is called a seated pigeon pose. It's a nice deep stretch for our hips, our glutes. And go ahead and land both feet back down on the mat. And now we'll heel toe the feet out to the sides. So you're opening up into a goddess squat. From here, we're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow. So you can press into your legs, your palms into your thighs, and we'll inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, gently round into the spine. Inhale, lift the heart into cow. Exhale, round the spine into cat. Tucking the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, lift into your cat-cow pose. Exhale, round into your cat. One more time. And exhale into your cow or cat pose. And then we'll see if we can come back to a neutral spine. So really allowing the spine to lengthen as you're coming to the edge of that seat. And right now you might imagine you were going to stand up, but you don't have to stand up. Just see about pressing your feet into the ground so that your seat can get a little lighter on the chair. And then if you'd like to add the arms, you can inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reach them up towards the sky, and then exhale, we'll cactus the arms. Inhale to reach it up tall. Exhale, cactus the arms out to the sides. And maybe you do a few more rounds like this. Now you can add a lion's breath, and this is really fun. So as you cactus the arms, stick out the tongue, exhale through the mouth. You might find a nice stretch for the jaw and for the temples. So inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale. You might imagine gathering up anything you no longer need. Bring it into a big pile and then allow yourself to release it with that exhale, lion's breath. From here, you can hold your hands out or leave your hands on your knees, whatever would feel good. And then we're just going to lift the heels. They're coming up onto the balls of the toes. So you might be with your hands on your thighs, or you might have your hands up into cactus arms, drawing the elbows towards each other, actually I should say the shoulder blades towards each other. So you can be here or here with your hands on your knees, and you can lift the heels or not. Just getting a nice stretch through the toes. On the next exhale, go ahead and lower your heels back down and just shake it all off. Shake it off shake your hands out, maybe shake your foot one at a time. And then we'll come back to our goddess squat. That's just with our knees wide. And then from here, you can rest your right hand on your inner thigh. We'll sweep the left arm out to the side, either bring the hand to the elbow, or you might reach the arm up and over. So just finding a little bit of a side bend here from the left hip all along the left side, and maybe you look up at your hand. On the next exhale, you can come back up to center. Take a nice deep breath here, and then we'll just anchor that left hand on the inner thigh. Reach the right hand out to the side, any amount. You might start to lift it. Maybe you bring your hands to your shoulder and start to lift your elbow. Really anchoring yourself along that left side as you reach the right hand up. Maybe you look up at your hand, finding length from your hip all the way to your fingertips. And then we'll inhale, exhale, come back to center. From here, we're going to bring our hands to our shoulders, and you could bring your legs back together now. And then you're going to sweep your elbows towards each other. Almost allow them to kiss at your front body. And then we'll sweep them up and around. Find some nice shoulder circles. Breathing into the shoulders. And just allowing those joints to find mobility. And it could be very small movement. The point is to tune your awareness into the body and into the breath. Let's go one more round in this direction. And then you can, as your elbows reach up in front of you, go ahead and slide them back down and around, and we'll find the opposite direction. And you might just notice subtle differences here from left to right. Let's take one more nice deep breath here. And then you can soften your effort. Allow your hands to relax down into your lap. Soften your shoulders, lengthen through your spine, and maybe take a moment to just close down the eyes. Practice bringing yourself back into your heart center. Notice your intention living there. Imagine it as a glowing jewel. And then inhale, blink your eyes open. And from here, we'll sweep the arms up and overhead, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart center. And then we're going to just turn to one direction. Actually, it doesn't matter which way. I'm turning to the left. You can either leave your hands here at your heart center, or you might drop your hands down to your sides. Maybe you bring your right hand to your right inner thigh, or you could cross it over towards your left knee. You can anchor your back hand on the chair and then just gently turn your gaze behind your shoulder. With your inhale, find length through your spine. Imagine the crown of your head is shining up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, you might find the tiniest micro movement in your twist. Let's inhale to release that twist. We'll come back to center. And then inhale, float your arms up towards the sky, look up, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms towards each other and bring them into the heart center. See if you can find a little bit of pressure, pressing the hands towards each other. And then we'll start to turn the torso in the opposite direction. It might only go a very small distance for you to feel that sensation. And you can either leave your hands here or release them. Maybe you just bring your left hand to your inner thigh or to your opposite knee. And you could reach your right hand around to the back of the chair, and you might turn your gaze past your right shoulder. On the inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, find a tiny bit more space. Take one more nice deep breath here. And then with your next exhale, you can release your twist, coming back to center. From here, let's take a moment to bow your head towards your heart. Softening your gaze, and then we'll inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. So we're just doing a tiniest bit of movement in the upper back, through the neck. They're like little tiny baby cat-cows. Take one more nice deep breath. And then on the next exhale, we'll release back to neutral. From here, we're going to get ready for what's called eagle pose. So we have a lot of different variations and places we can stop along the way. So start by inhaling to reach your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, swan dive the hands out to the sides. From here, we're going to hug ourselves. So bring your right hand over the top of your left. Bring your hand onto opposite shoulders. Give yourself a nice big hug. And you might even just really savor that hug. And then from here, you can either keep your arms in a hug, or you might wrap your hands. This is called eagle arms. So either place, you might stay in this hug today. And then we could include the legs here. So you might extend the feet a little out in front, and maybe you cross the left ankle over the right ankle. So you have your legs crossed and your arms crossed. And then on an inhale, go ahead and lift the elbows up towards the sky. Exhale, round into the spine. So you're doing a little bit of cat-cow in your eagle. Inhale, lengthen and lift. See if you can find that strength in your core to just gently lift and lower the elbows towards the knee and away from the knees. One more time like this. And then we'll inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, release your arms out wide, unwrap your legs, and then just take a moment to shake it all off. So you can shake your arms, shake your head a little bit, relax any effort. And then we're going to come back to neutral and do that Garudasana eagle pose on the other side. So you can reach your arms out wide to the side, reach them up, look up, and then on your exhale, reach them out wide once more. Now bring to mind somebody you'd like to send a special blessing to. It could be anyone near or far. And then go ahead and wrap the left arm over the top of the right. Send that hug out to them as you wrap your hands onto your shoulders. You might just find a tiny bit of movement side to side, sending out that warm hug, that love radiating from your heart center. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to neutral. You can either leave your hands in this hug position, or some people like to wrap their arms. We call this eagle arms. So one forearm wraps around the other, and then my fingers touch my opposite palm. I'm going to stay here in my hug position, so I just find this feels good right here today. Then we could include the legs. So you might slide the legs a little out in front. This time we're going to cross the the right ankle over the left ankle. And you can stay right here. Or with your next inhale, you might lift the heart. That's your cow pose. Exhale, draw the elbows towards the knees, rounding into cat. And just find your breath, just a little bit of micro movements here. See about finding that engagement in your core, drawing your belly button towards your spine. As you inhale to lift, exhale to lower. One more nice deep breath. And then go ahead and release. Unwind your eagle, float your arms out, step your feet out wide, and then we'll relax our hands onto our lap. From here, let's inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, look up. And then from here, you're going to exhale, find a forward fold. So you can sweep your hands down. You might even walk your feet a little wide to just make space for your body to fold over your legs. Allowing yourself to soften. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, look up. And then exhale to gently forward fold. Lead with the heart. Allow the heart to melt down towards your thighs. Allow yourself to round forward. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up, coming upright. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Come into your forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then exhale, bring them to the heart center. Now we'll plant the feet flat on the mat. You can inhale to reach the arms out to the sides. And then as you exhale, you're going to sweep the hands behind you. You might interlace the hands together at your low back, or maybe you can reach for opposite elbows. And if that even still feels too far away, feel free to take a strap in between the hands. So your options are, I'll just show you the hands. We can either bring a strap to hold the hands back, interlace the hands, or grab your opposite wrists or maybe your opposite elbows. So feel free to explore any one of those arm variations. Allowing yourself to sit upright on your chair. And then we'll inhale, lift the heart. And on the next exhale, find just neutral. As you soften here, allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears so they're not creeping up. And then on your next exhale, you can lower your right ear, I should say, your right ear down towards your right shoulder. And just take a moment here to find length through the left side of the neck. And you might even start to find just some gentle movements. Maybe start by shaking the head gently no. Looking up, exhale, looking down. And then we'll find stillness on your next exhale. Allow your head to bow towards your heart and then release your hands. Bring them back onto your thighs and round into your cat. Inhale, lift the heart into cow. Exhale to find neutral once more. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, reach up, look up, and then exhale, swim the hands behind you and find whatever arm variation. If you found that you were interlacing the hands one way, you might switch that and interlace them the opposite way. Same thing if you're holding the opposite elbows, maybe you can cross it the awkward way. And just notice how that changes the sensation. We'll inhale to lift the heart and then exhale, allow the left ear to float over towards the left shoulder. And maybe you just find some gentle no shakes with the head, lifting the gaze and exhaling to lower. Send the breath cascading down the right side of the neck. And then take a moment to pause. You can allow your chin to fall towards your chest, round into your spine, release your hands onto your thighs and round into your cat. And then we'll inhale, lift the heart to come into your cow pose. And then we'll exhale to release here. Next, I thought we would try a little bit of warrior on the chair. So this is basically a lunge. And the way we can do this is to turn to the right, come to the edge of the chair, and then start to extend your left leg back, maybe tucking the toes under or planting the heel on the mat. So if you have the heel lifted, your toes bent, or you're up on the ball of your toes, then you might feel a little bit of stretch and sensation through the foot. But if you want to slide the heel down, you might feel more grounded here. You can stay right here in either position, a high lunge, or you might start to play around with extending the arm up towards the sky, reaching long through the left side. Maybe you want to reach both arms up. And then feel that sensation of lightening on the chair. So maybe you can find engagement with the legs, almost imagining you were going to press yourself up off the chair to find strength through the legs and then buoyancy from the navel up. And you could always keep your hands on your hips if lifting the arms is not feeling accessible. Then we'll inhale to release, exhale, come back to center. And we're going to try that on the other side. So you can rotate to the left. I'm going to come to the edge of the chair so that really my left hip and my left leg are still on the chair. And then I'll slide my right leg back, kicking whatever I have behind me out of the way. And I can keep the heel lifted, or I could lower the heel to the mat. Can't really see that because my block is in the way. So whatever feels good. Then you might keep your hands at your hips or on the chair. You might start to dial the right arm up towards the sky. Maybe you want to lift both arms up. And then find that strength and support in your legs. Imagine that your legs were going to push you off of the chair so that you're just lightly sitting on the chair, finding buoyancy from the belly button up. And then we'll exhale to release that side. You can come back to center. And we'll release into a forward fold. So either keeping your knees together, you can fold over your legs. Or if you want to make some space for yourself, you might open your knees a little bit wide, coming into your forward fold. If you want to bring the earth up to you, you could use blocks underneath your hands. And just allow yourself to ground down and soften. Imagine your spine like a waterfall. Then we'll walk the hands up to the legs. Start to press yourself up into a seat. We're going to get ready for our final relaxation. So this could be a good opportunity to lay down if you had a couch or a bed. But if you want to stay seated, you might bring a pillow behind you to rest your back, but lengthen through your spine. And then you could rest your hands on your lap or maybe at your heart center. Allow yourself to tune into your breath. You might close the eyes or soften the gaze. And then once more, allow yourself to travel all the way down to the depths of your heart center. Notice whatever picturesque scene you might see there, allowing yourself to feel calm, relaxed, and at peace. Remind yourself you can always come back to this place of inner calm. There's a beautiful quote in the book by Deborah Adele, The Yamas and the Niyamas, where she quotes Eddie Hillesum, a young Holocaust victim, who says, ultimately, we have one moral duty: to reclaim large areas of peace in ourselves. More and more peace, and to reflect it towards others. And the more peace there is within us, the more peace there will also be in our troubled world. It's nice to know that when we come together and practice yoga, you can practice finding that inner calm, that area of peace. Allow that area of peace to expand. And bring your awareness to that intention that you set. Imagine it as a glowing jewel. Feel the rays of light from that jewel shining out from your heart center, radiating into all the corners of your body. Allow your awareness to travel with the light out of your body, out into the stars. Allow your awareness to twinkle there, just like the stars. Sensing how much a part of this universe you are. Remembering that you are here on this earth to self-express in a way that no one else ever has or ever could. Practice cultivating awe and wonder at what an amazing gift it is to be here alive in this time and place. And then softly, sweetly, just like a feather falling to the ground, allow your awareness to float back into your body. Imagine gratitude radiating from your heart for this amazing body that brought you here, for this opportunity to practice. And then you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, gently rotate through your wrists and your ankles. You might invite your hands to meet at your heart center and allow your head to gently bow towards the wisdom of your loving heart. It's such an honor and privilege to guide you through your practice this morning. If you'd like to join me in chanting one round of Om and then singing together Shanti, 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 which means peace, 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 you can go ahead and start by exhaling all of your breath out and then taking a nice deep breath for Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And that means peace, peace, peace to ourselves, each other, and sending it out to the rest of the world. Namaste. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions about class. And I'll stop the recording.